I'm Beth Mills. I'm the RA for SCBWI North Texas. We are real excited to be part of one of the five Texas chapters. I can't talk and do things at the same time. Sorry, y'all. There we go. All right. So as I said, I put together these slides. So even though there's only a few of us in here and, only one of you may not know who I am or anything about my chapter, I'm going to show them anyway. So enjoy, SG, if you're still there. If not, that's cool too. So howdy, y'all from North Texas. We've covered this. That's what SCBWI means. This is our chapter. So like I said, we cover almost the top half of Texas. We're pretty much anything north of Waco, with a couple of standouts right here for some reason. Most of our membership, about, I would say a good 80 to 85% is from the Dallas area, or Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm going to say Dallas a lot just because that's where I live. Technically, actually, I live in Garland, which is east of Dallas. Here's our leadership. That's a incredibly good picture of me. That is not really what I look like in real life. Our assistant regional advisor, Lenora, and our illustrator coordinator, Erin. One fun thing about our chapter is we're all fairly new in leadership. Lenora and I came on in July 2019. Yeah. And then Erin just stepped into the IC role earlier this year. So we've all been learning together. It's been really fun. The pandemic has really been interesting for us. And I think kind of increased that learning curve a little bit. Although now I feel like I'm pretty good at Zoom. These are some of our other core volunteers. Nancy Turnen, amazing author, who is our published and listed member coordinator. Debbie Spitzer, our event coordinator. Michelle Schusterman, our critique coordinator, and Jackie Cruzy, who coordinates our area leaders in the days where we can have area leaders and people can meet in person in their neighborhoods. And yes, you probably noticed that Debbie looks a little different. That is because turns out I do not have a photo of Debbie, and she did not get one to me when I belatedly threw this together. So I think that's a fairly accurate representation of her though. Okay, so we have 379 total members in our chapter. 98 full members. Those are members who have published a book, but the publication doesn't, or the publisher or whatever doesn't meet the qualifications that are, publisher isn't on SCBWI's PAL list. So they're either self-published books or from really tiny presses or other, I forget what the other thing is. We have 62 published and listed for PAL members, and we have 219 pre-published members. I really enjoy working with numbers for some reason. Oh, hell, this is my son. Okay, here we go.
Can I have a...
I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
Okay, one hug. Okay, there we go. I really like doing the numbers sometimes. Excuse me, 1 minute, y'all.
No, get out. Margo, get out. I'm on the phone, get out. Go out.
So I'm sorry, y'all. My entire family just, they've been out getting some breakfast, and they all just trooped right back in as I started talking. So there's the fun parts of working from home, right? Anyway, yeah, I really like working with the numbers for my chapter. I think I'm really drawn to things that are definite now that I am trying to make a living doing things that are very subjective. So one side note. So we have 260 authors, 31 illustrators, and then 71 people that are, I call them the slashies. And if you do the math, you realize that doesn't add up. We have 2 translators, sorry translators, and 17 people that didn't fill out that particular part of their profile and are going under the radar for what they do. And I'm very curious about these people now. In total, our chapter has produced 336 books, both traditionally published and self-published. What we like to do here at TLA is to try to get you acquainted with some of our books. So let me present Read Local in North Texas. This amazingly designed poster helps you find books and authors that are close to home. It increases, if you live in North Texas, it increases your chances of spotting an author or illustrator in the wild. like at the grocery store. You can save some money on travel fees if you book a local author, which I think is very, very important. And of course, that's post-pandemic. And also, so when you read local and pick local authors to do school visits, you give them a chance to connect with your local community and give back where they live, which is important to us. And also another plug for the poster, it adds style and panache to your library, workspace, classroom, office, or home. Framed nicely above your mantle. Gorgeous. I'm going to give you one guess as to who designed the poster. It was me. So you might be asking, the poster is great and all, but what if I live in North Texas and want to become an author illustrator? And I don't think I'll go through the rest of these because I think all of you know that. All the stuff that SCBWI can help with. And that's it. That's my contact information. I'll also pop it into the chat. And yeah, so that was my North Texas spiel.